Hey guys, happy Monday. So, I hope your day is going well and everything is being not Monday-ish Mondays. Figured I'd just pop on here and let's see, I thought we would talk about chemo today. So, I am a little over a month out from chemo. I'm actually going tomorrow to have my port flushed. What that means is, that's the little thing that they put in. It's over here, I think. Yeah, there it is. It's how the good stuff gets pumped into you, right? But so after 5 weeks of nothing happening to it, you have to go in and just have saline flush to go through to make sure it stays all clean, so everything stays healthy. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. But because I'm doing that tomorrow, I figured I'd come in here and talk about chemo a little bit. Not super in depth. We'll talk, just a little bit about it. Yeah. So first of all, for the people who have, which is most of you, I would think, have never been through chemo, I wish that on no one. But I think you should know it is not the TV drama that you see, I remember this movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. It had Julia Roberts in it, and I think she was a caretaker for this guy, and he was going through chemo. Cannot remember the name of the movie, but I just remember him vomiting and just so deathly sick, and she'd be in there taking care of him. So when the first time they told me I was gonna have to take chemo, that movie just popped right in my head. Okay, that is not how it is anymore. Maybe for some people, but mostly not so much. Thank goodness. When you get there, the nurses there are fabulous. It felt more like a hair salon to me, everybody talking and laughing, but if you know me, that's what I do. I laugh. I'm always joking around, making a bad situation better. So anyway, when you get there, they access your port and they take your blood. The nice thing is that's where all your blood gets to come from now, until they take it out. And do put a little numbing cream on it about an hour before I go to my appointment so that you don't even feel the little needle go in. And so they get there, they take your blood, make sure your numbers are good, like your blood counts. And then after they get that back, they give you pre-meds, which there's more pre-meds than anything. And pre-meds means just a whole bunch of good stuff so your tummy don't hurt later. So you don't look like that movie that I was horrified that was going to happen. But they give you like Tylenol and Benadryl and Pepcid, all in liquid form, in your IV form. And then there's some other good stuff. There was one pre-med this last time that I had that put a bad taste in my mouth. So I would eat things as they were putting it into me, it took her like maybe 60 seconds to put the whole medicine in, but this taste would get in my mouth. And so now because of that, I no longer want to eat salt and vinegar potato chips, which were my favorite because I now associate it with this medicine. And at the end, I was eating peppermints. I was just trying to get something strong to overcome the flavor. So I would eat peppermints while they were giving it to me. What I should have been eating was pizza, French fries, and cupcakes, because maybe then I would hate those and I wouldn't be eating them, and the weight thing comes down. So anyway, they give you your pre-meds, and then you have to wait for about, I think it was 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I think, 30 minutes. I don't know, 15 or 30. I don't know. You'd think I remember. I think it was 30 minutes. Maybe it was 15. Anyway, doesn't matter. You wait a little bit of time, and then they come over and they're in this like full garb, right, of this hazmat looking suit with their mask on and double gloves and this blue dress gown, to cover up. And the whole time they're standing in front of you, you're thinking they have to put all that stuff on so that this medicine doesn't come in contact with their skin, and they're about to pump it into my body. Wow, right? A little bit of a mind game with that, but whatever. And then whatever your time is for your medicine. Mine took 2 hours from the time they started pumping it in till the time it was done. It was 3 hours the very first time. They want to see how you react, but depends on which medicine you have and how many you have to get, whether you have to, how long yours is. You know, the first time I went through all this, I think I was there for like 5 or 6 hours because I had 2 medicines that got pumped into me and they each had a certain amount of time. Anyway. And then, yeah, so that's how it was. I made sure this time, first time it happened was COVID. I wasn't allowed to have any visitors with me, but this time I made sure I asked all my friends and my family to come with me because, you know, I think there was a perception that this place was like a doom and gloom place when you walked in. And, you know, it was just sad, and it just wasn't, you know, and I wanted everybody to see that it really wasn't horrible, you know. And I did realize when I came home, and this is more of a tips or trick for anybody who's going through it now, and everybody's different. You just have to find your way. It is not right or wrong. It is what worked for me. And that's what I will always share, what worked for me. If I came home and tried to do anything, I was like down for like 2 or 3 days later. So I found out I would come home. I had 1 hour because I'd get tired this time for whatever reason. I'd come home, I'd eat lunch, something light. Sometimes a bowl of cereal, sometimes a little salad, sometimes, you know, a piece of chicken or chicken tenders. I would crave things this time. It was funny, like almost like I was pregnant again. Sometimes I wanted French fries. Like I'd tell Jeff, we gotta go to Chick-fil-A. I need French fries. So, which I didn't have the last time, but this time I had cravings. So I would eat something and then I'd go right to bed. And then I would stay in bed till the next morning. And if I did that, I was a little sluggish, you know, my treatments were on Wednesdays. So Thursdays I would do my computer work because I could sit in front of the computer and not have to do a lot of moving, and that worked for me. And then by Friday I'd start trying to get my steps back in and moving around. I will say the sooner you can get up and move and try to get some steps in, I would just make laps around my house. The better you would feel, even though you did not want to get off that couch and you did not want to have to do anything. As soon as I started moving my body, I started feeling better. And especially when you were done with, like I said, mine's 10,000 steps was my goal. I can do 10,000 steps in about an hour and 40 minutes in my house, walking laps with the TV on and just doing that. But 4 miles in my house. It was like a hamster. It was ridiculous. I have a treadmill. I just couldn't do the treadmill. So I would just walk around. I'd either call a friend. That was my little tip. And I could talk to them. And I have a few girlfriends I can keep on the phone for an hour and 40 minutes. And it was like, gone. 10,000 steps were there. And so I'm blessed to have them be able to do that with me. They were helping me out. And then, you know, each day I got a little better. And then by Monday, I felt more like myself. And then Tuesday was perfect. And then it was Wednesday again. It was time for treatment. Because I would do a Wednesday, and then off a Wednesday. 2 weeks on, 1 week off, over and over again. But yeah, so that's kind of how I did my chemo. And like I said, I did not have to take any of the after meds, but I am a big pain in the booty. I am determined that I wasn't going to take anything if I didn't need it. I do not suggest doing that unless you feel you don't need your medicines. The only thing I took when I came home was a Pepcid every day. That's it. Now, I will be honest, there were days I probably should have took, I think a Sofran or something like that, and it probably would have helped, but I was like, I don't need it. I'm good. I am fine. I am good. So, like I said, I do not suggest doing that, but I was about not putting anything else in my body that I didn't have to, and I pretty much was fine. So, like I said, I could take Pepcid, and I felt like I got enough relief that I could move on with my day. So, like I said, I don't suggest that. I don't want anybody out there saying, oh, you want me to do what? No, that is not what I am saying. I am saying what worked for me and my mental thing. By me not putting any other medicine in my body, I felt like my body didn't have to absorb and work. That's all. Like I said, I don't know if it's right or wrong. It's just what I did. So, and I was fine. So, yeah. So, like I said, the biggest thing for chemo, for people that aren't going through it, if your family member is going through it, just be there with them, or not with them, but for them, you know? I would have, I don't know. My mother-in-law would make food for my husband and son. She would make stuff for me too, but I wasn't hungry. Like I said, I'd come home and I would eat cereal. She would make me stuff for a while and it wasn't getting eaten. And I was like, just don't worry about me. She'd make it for my boys. But, some people need the food and some people, just ask them. And I'm a pain. I didn't need anything. I tried not to need anything. I'm a self-sufficient pain in the booty, I can do it myself. And I did do it by myself. So, not by myself. I had an army. I had a lot of people. I do not want anybody to think that I did this by myself, because I did not do this by myself. I had people there in all sorts of ways. So it's not just bringing an item to me or to them, talk to them, call them, chat with them, that's really it, so, but everybody's different. So anyway, but chemo was not the horror story that you read or seen on TV, or at least it doesn't have to be, I guess. And I know that some people, I'm sure there's some medicines out there that do it, and I am sure that I just didn't have that one. So, yeah. So anyway, my tip and trick, like I said, I went to bed after I got home, spent the day. If I stayed up, the next couple days kind of stunk. Just tired. And if I went to bed and just gave Wednesday up, then I was good. Once again, mindset wise, I was determined chemo was not going to get any more than 2 days from me. Once again, it was mind over matter. It was allowed to get chemo day, and I might give it the next day. But I was determined that it was not taking any more from my life than I was going to allow it to do. So I think I said the other day on one of my other videos that if you have 40% energy and you give 40% of your energy, then you gave 100% of your energy that day. And no matter where my energy was, that's what I gave it. And I always gave my 100% of the day. And some days that was making myself a sandwich and going back and sitting on the couch. And that's all the energy I had that day. But I did it, I didn't ask somebody else to go do it for me. So, yeah, kind of winded and put a longer video today. But chemo's a lot. And I'm not sure if I answered anything, a question everybody had or would not have. If there's something else you have about chemo you wanted to ask me, please ask me. I've been through a lot of chemo now, 6 months twice. It sounds horrible to think a year of my life has been pumping poison in my body, but it made me better. And I am so thankful. And I say in my prayers and my blessings every day that thank you for the people that spend their time and energy and their job to make these wonderful medicines that kill this stuff, I'm so thankful for them, because that's why I'm here. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.